Welcome, Let's Talk Sport viewers, for our second UEFA Champions League semi-final preview taking place in Munich between Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Joe, have we seen this tie before? I think we have seen this tie before. In fact, we have seen this tie before because we've seen it 25 times before in the history of the Champions League. I mean, the most played knockout fixture. I mean, it's always going to be an entertaining game, Joe, but this time around, it feels as though it's still going to be Real Madrid's night overall because of the way that they've been playing in the Champions League this season. I mean, the way that they played against Juventus over the two legs, of course, they had that extremely good first leg away in Turin, but then when they brought it back to the Bernabeu, there was a whole controversy at the end with the penalty, Buffon getting sent off, and Real Madrid were able to capitalise upon that. So looking at this one, Joe, it's going to be an interesting tie because Ronaldo is in that category now where he's looking to break that that Champions League single season goal scoring record, but Bayern Munich are going to be really tough opponents for him. I mean, do you think Bayern Munich will perhaps be able to keep him at bay in this first leg, especially with the home crowd behind them at home in the Allianz Arena in Germany?
It's going to be a hard task, but Bayern Munich have got a good defensive record, haven't they, this season in all competitions. They've got solid defenders like Matt Hummels at the back, and they got Schüller now, I think. They've got Schüller as well. So obviously those two are very tall players and strong players at the back. Obviously, Real Madrid very talented. They've got Asensio, they've got Benzema, they've got Ronaldo. I know Benzema didn't tend to start anymore because Ronaldo is now that focal point of the attack. But obviously, Bayern need to just stay compact. They need to stay organised. If they stick someone on Ronaldo and try to nullify him out the game, then they've got a good chance.
I mean, 7 goals in his last 3 appearances against Bayern Munich is a fantastic record. He has a good game against Bayern Munich every now and then, you know. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not Bayern Munich will be able to keep him at bay. Of course, the way to the semi-final stage was against Besiktas. They beat him in the quarterfinals, and you know they're appearing in the semi-final stages of the Champions League now for the 11th time in their history. And an interesting fact: Jupp Heynckes, I think I pronounced it as Heynckes. Thank you very much. He's never failed to reach a UEFA Champions League final whenever he's been in charge of Bayern Munich. Because, of course, they had that tie against Inter Milan and the following year against Borussia Dortmund when they won it at Wembley. So he's never failed, really. Do you think that is something really that Bayern Munich could get behind in order to try and win this game? Because to have a manager of that experience entering this tie is truly important when you're going against, you know, Real Madrid and Zidane that have won it in back-to-back years.
Oh, it's important, and I wasn't aware of that stat before coming into this video, so that's very interesting. That changes the whole complexion now of how you look at the tie, because you've got Jupp Heynckes, who's got that record that you want to maintain, and you've got Real Madrid, who, well, been there, done that. They claim to own the competition. They've won it that many times. It's 13 times, isn't it now, or something?
Yeah, it's around about that, yeah.
So, well, I'm telling you, it's going to be an interesting match. It's going to be. They're always close games, aren't they? They're always full of goals and great moments. Obviously, Ramos got sent off, didn't he, a couple of years ago?
I'm not too sure about that, but I do know he is back for this tie because, of course, he missed the second leg against Juventus because of that sending off in Turin. But yeah, he's back for this tie, so he'll be able to play in that one. But yeah, he'd be a solid defender. And when you think about it, you know, as Real Madrid have Ronaldo, Bayern Munich has Lewandowski in their own right of a good, potent goal scorer. How do you think Real Madrid will be able to close him out of the game? Do you think it's possible, or do you think perhaps maybe they need to let him go and do his free will and combat it with their own striker in Ronaldo?
Oh, Lewandowski's a handful, isn't he? He moved to Bayern to win the Champions League. That's why he left Dortmund on the free transfer that summer instead of staying on. He's a hard player to handle, but I reckon they could do it, Real Madrid. They just got to keep switched on. They need to stay organised like they normally do. I think Ramos can control him. It's just depending on Lewandowski's mood. If he's in the mood, he'll bully the defenders and try and score goals. He's a strong unit. That's the thing. He's the big target man that a lot of big clubs in Europe are still after. He's been linked with some move to United, Chelsea, even Real apparently are looking at him, maybe offloading Benzema and bringing him in. So he's obviously a talent. He's a goal threat. He's going to get goals for Bayern. It just depends on the day whether he can outperform the Madrid defenders. But obviously Ronaldo is going to be a big thing for Real Madrid. I can see both of them getting on the score sheet.
Yeah, Ronaldo scored in every single game so far in the Champions League so far this season. 15 in total, netting in every single game. Bayern Munich are going to have a really tough time trying to close him down, that's for certain. But they've got a good goal-scoring record themselves at home, at least 5 goals in 5 of their last 8 games at home, on home soil. So it's going to be an interesting affair. And you could look at this and say, Real Madrid with their Champions League history, they'll potentially, find a way to come out at top of the two-legged tie. But you can't ignore what Bayern Munich's able to do in German football and what they've been able to do for the past, 10 years or so since they started to really dominate German football. And, it's been a while since they've been in the Champions League final. Potentially, could this be, their time to shine? Just to say, Liverpool back into the frame now. Could we finally see, Bayern Munich getting back into the Champions League final after all these years, and then having a change of culture really in the Champions League competition itself, rather than being a Spanish team constantly winning and being European champions by the end of it?
It'd be nice to see Bayern get to the final. It'd be nice to see a final with 2 teams that have never played each other before. So obviously Roma haven't made the Champions League final since '84. So obviously that'd be an interesting prospect. Liverpool haven't played Bayern Munich in the European finals. Their last final was 2007, and obviously Bayern's last final was 2013. So it'd be interesting. It'd be nice to see different sides in the final. Obviously, we've had Real Madrid who've won it the last 2 seasons. We want to see someone different. We want to see a new final. We want to see a different teams battling it out. If it is Bayern and Liverpool, then it'd be Klopp trying to get revenge for 2013 because Dortmund controlled that game, and Bayern had their 2 moments of brilliance and nicked it at the death with Robin. Roma, they would be an unknown quantity per se in the finals, so that would be interesting. And obviously Real Madrid, everyone knows about them. But it'd be fantastic to see Bayern. Obviously, I'd love to personally see a Bayern versus Liverpool final. German manager against a German club. It'd be fantastic. Yeah,
I mean, I forgot to mention as well, Bayern have been in the final against Chelsea, of course, when Chelsea won the competition in their own stadium. So trying to get some bounce back from that in the competition has been something that they've been struggling to do for the past couple of years. And, to get into the final again would be a dream for them. So, Joe, what do you think the score is going to play out in this first leg? Bayern need to take advantage of this home field in order to get a decent result to take to the Bernabeu, because it's going to be a difficult task for them. We saw Juventus, were able to turn around a losing situation from a home game. So it's not impossible for Bayern Munich to get back into this game if they do lose at the Allianz Arena this coming Wednesday. But, Joe, do you think Bayern Munich have enough in their squad to beat Real Madrid on Wednesday?
Like I say, it's going to be a tight affair, but I just can see Real Madrid nicking it 2-1.
It's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a 2-2 game. I think Lewandowski and Ronaldo will both have their occasions to take the better of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid's defence. But I see it staying reasonably level throughout. I think when you look at the Bayern Munich squad, how they've managed to play throughout the season without Manuel Neuer is a big thing for me, because he's been out injured. He's only just coming back into training now. So for them to try and combat against his injury is a magnificent achievement, and to get to the semi-final stages of the Champions League is